The film starts from 1988. We see a mysterious house in which a girl named Catherine enters. She goes inside and keeps an Ouija board on the dining table, through which she can contact the souls. In this house, she had a friend Claire and her boyfriend Thomas. Before playing the Ouija board game, Catherine tells them that she wants to kill them. This house is very haunted. There have been many murders in this house years ago. Anyway, these people start playing the Ouija board game. Initially, they had no fear. But as soon as they put their hands on the Ouija board's planchette and asked if there is anything here other than them, they felt their presence. Suddenly, that entity, that soul, grabbed Catherine's hand. Catherine was very scared. She raised her hand over the Ouija board, and then that spirit pulled Claire, that is her friend, from behind the chair, pulled her in the dark, and she was not found. Seeing all this, Thomas ran away from there in fear, and when Catherine got up to find her friend, she felt as if someone was standing behind her. She turned around and saw that this was a strange entity that she could not see properly. Before that entity picked her up and threw her out of the house. And the scene shifted from here, years later. Now we want to show Lori and Lori's mom, who have received an order to vacate the house due to the lack of house installment. These people start packing their things. And here, Lori asks her mom for permission to go to her old house, because she had to do research on a book. And this book was based on paranormal things. Their old house was also famous for paranormal activities. Lori's mom forbids her from going there and says, "Actually, that house is not ours. That house is my cousin's, and I don't get along well with him, so I don't think we should go there." Despite Lori's mom's refusal, Lori now makes a plan to go there, because she had to complete her project before the deadline at any cost. She leaves for that house with her boyfriend Nick and her 3 friends without telling her mom. Spencer asks Lori, "Is there such a thing in that house?" So Lori said, "There are a lot of strange things in that house. I don't even know much about it. But yes, every person is forbidden to go to that house. It is believed that many children were sacrificed in that house. In a while, all 4 of them reach in front of that house. And this house was none other than the house we saw at the beginning of the movie. Samantha, who is Lori's cousin, welcomes all of them. She didn't live here either. She just came here on Lori's request because she knew more about her family's past than Lori. After all of them came here, she starts showing all 4 of them the things of her elders, and tells them that her aunt was actually a witch. She was a magician. After this, Samantha shows all of them her room. Now Tina, Lori's friend, in the room where she stayed, there was a doll on the bed, whose eyes were strange. When Tina looked into her eyes, it felt like that doll possessed her. She kept looking at this doll without blinking, and sat like this for a long time, until her friend came and didn't call her. When her friend called her, she came out of the doll's possession. Now Lori was checking this whole house. While checking, as soon as she went to the basement, she found an Ouija board there. When Lori is looking at it, she hears someone walking. It was Tina who came to talk to her. Before she came here, Lori put that Ouija board there. Then her friend, Spencer, came to her calling her. So Lori went out of this room with Tina, and she closed the door of this room. At the dinner table, Samantha tells all of them that no one is allowed to stay in this house, and you are living in this house illegally. Now Spencer asks her about the story, which was famous about the sacrifice of children in this house. Samantha now starts telling the story, and tells that her aunt and her sisters were all good witches. They lived together like a family. All these ladies used to do a lot of holy practices together, and they used to lock their powers in the stones. They believed that the powers in the stones, they used to treat people too. Samantha tells that earlier, every group of witches used to have a male witch, and as soon as a male witch came in their group, problems started from there. Samantha's aunt did not know that male witch actually does black magic. As soon as he came, he took control of all the ladies' minds. After that, he started doing evil to all of them. Actually, he wanted to become a very powerful demon himself. That's why he started worshiping demons. He also started giving sacrifices for demons. And for these sacrifices, his evil witches used to find families. Evil witches would kill the parents of the children with no mercy. After that, he used to give those children to the devil. After listening to this story, everyone gets scared, but not Lori. Lori gives them suggestions to play Ouija board and goes to the basement to get the Ouija board. But surprisingly, there was no Ouija board in the basement. She thought that Tina or Spencer must have hidden it. She comes and asks them about the Ouija board, but they didn't know anything. Then, Nick calls Lori, and they look at Nick. Nick was surprisingly looking at the dining table, where they were sitting a while ago, and there was an Ouija board there. Now they were surprised to hear a knock at their house. An old man came to the door. Samantha told him that he is the caretaker of this house. Now the caretaker comes inside and starts scolding Samantha and tells everyone that I told Samantha that this place is very dangerous. No one is allowed to live here. Now the caretaker was saying that. His eyes fell on Lori. After seeing Lori, he started getting scared, as if Lori is a ghost. After seeing Lori, he decided to go from here, and before leaving, he told everyone to leave as soon as possible. But none of them took the caretaker's words seriously. After the caretaker left, they started playing the Ouija board game. Lori tells them the rules of the Ouija board. The first rule was that this game should never be played alone. The second rule was that this game should never be played in a graveyard or in a place where someone has been murdered. And we already know this, that many children have been sacrificed in this house. And the third rule was that before finishing the game, always say goodbye. They would have followed the first and third rule somewhere, but they were not following the second rule. Now everyone places their fingers on the Ouija board's planchette and tries to contact the spirits. First, some good spirits contact them, and for the first time they move their planchette towards goodbye and leave. This means that these spirits did not want to play this game with them. They try this game again, and this time they meet another spirit who tells them to play a guess word game. These people were not able to guess a word, and were enjoying this game a lot. After all, these people get tired, and without saying goodbye, they start getting up. This means that all these people were now breaking the third rule of the Ouija board. While on the other hand, we were being shown Lori's mom. Lori's mom gets a call from someone, and as soon as she hears the voice, she says, Thomas. And from this, we get to know that this caretaker was no one else but Thomas, who was seen years ago. And Lori's mom was no one else but Catherine, who was seen at the start of the film. Thomas told Catherine that your daughter Lori has come to the same house with her friends. Hearing this, Catherine got scared, and she told Thomas that you will have to get her out of there at any cost. But Thomas says sorry and hangs up the phone. Now he was about to leave from here after starting the car. Suddenly he saw a shadow on the back seat of his car. The one who got scared, he noticed that this was the spirit of Roca, the spirit of the same evil wizard who had sacrificed many children. And now he controls Thomas's car too. He gets him into an accident and kills him. Here in that scary house, we see Samantha, who was hearing voices from above. She went upstairs to check. She found only a doll in the room. When she picked it up, she heard a voice coming from inside. Samantha got scared and dropped the doll and went back. And then the door closed in front of her eyes, and she was in a bad condition due to fear. Here we see that Tina turns her whole body into an Ouija board, and her friends decide to play on it. They pick up a stone lying nearby and start playing a game with it. But suddenly something goes wrong. Instead of answering their questions, the spirit starts moving the stone they were playing with. While moving the stone went inside Tina's mouth and went inside her stomach. Tina started screaming in pain. Seeing her bad condition, these people decide to take her to the hospital. These people put her in their car. But whenever these people try to get the car out of this place, they come back to this house. Lori gets worried and tells them, "We have to finish the Ouija board. Then only we will be able to finish these things." These people start burning the Ouija board. And in the meantime, Thomas comes behind them, a caretaker who had just had an accident. He was still alive. He comes and tells them, "You will all die. He has come here." As soon as he said this, these people got more worried and decided to leave this place. But when they went near the car, they saw that her car was also punctured. These people try to run away from this place. But suddenly Tina's stomach starts hurting a lot. And these people come back to the house with Tina. They were very tired. In a while, these people slept here. After a while, Nicky wakes up with a strange noise. He sees that Tina was not with him. He climbed the stairs and saw Tina was constantly hitting her head on the wall. She was in a very strange condition. As soon as he grabbed Tina from the pillow and went towards him, he got scared looking at her eyes. Her eyes were white. He got scared. He immediately called Lori and Spencer. As soon as Tina comes to these two, Tina becomes unconscious. The two girls catch her. Lori notices that where Tina was hitting her head, there was a little torn wallpaper behind her. She removed the wallpaper and saw a letter P written on it. Lori was feeling very strange. She suspected that this house is an Ouija board. This house is called Ouija House. Thinking this, she asked her friends to put their hands on Tina. As soon as Tina put her hands on Tina, she ran away. She took Tina to another wall. She hit her head on the wall. Lori removed the wallpaper again. There was a letter L written on it. When these people put their hands on Tina again, Tina takes them to another wall. She hits her head on the wall. When the wallpaper is removed, there was a letter A written on it. Lori understood that the spirit, who is talking to them through this house, she wants to tell them, "Play a game with me," to test her suspicion again. Lori asks Spencer and Nick to tear the wallpaper of this house. As soon as these people start tearing the wallpaper, these people see a few letters. Lori's suspicion is cleared. This house was an Ouija board. This house was made like an Ouija board in which the spirits were imprisoned. Lori asks the spirits, "Who are you?" One after another. 4 letters are shown on the wall, which were combined to make the word Loca. That was the spirit of the evil wizard. Lori got a little scared when she heard about it, and as soon as she turned around, she bumped into the cupboard, and as soon as she came out of the cupboard opened and Samantha's body fell on top of her, and seeing her body, Laura broke down. Samantha had supported her a lot. She had opened this house without her mom's permission, and now because of her, that poor girl lost her life. Nick and Spencer relax her here, and then she looked at the door where a goodbye was written, and as soon as she saw this, she asked Nick and Spencer to leave. They all ran away from the house, but as soon as they tried to run away, they came back to the same room. This house was like a maze for them. It was like a maze for them. They were stuck in this room. They had to find a way to get out of this room. And as soon as they found Spencer, they looked at a book which was written on Roca. After reading this book, they came to know that Roca did a lot of evil things in the nearby jungle, because of which a lot of evil energies came in every tree there. And this house was made from the wood of those trees. Roca's power was increasing day by day. He used to live in this house. As his cruelty increased day by day, the good witches decided to control him. The good witches knew that Roca was very powerful. That's why they made a plan. First, they entered his evil group and then secretly stole his stone. These good witches fed this stone to Roca. The stone had all the negative powers of Roca. When the stone went inside Roca, the stone took away all the powers of Roca. The stone killed Roca and buried him in the basement of this house. After that, to imprison his spirit in this house, these good witches made this house into a haunted house so that his spirit could not get out of this house. Here, Lori remembers the story of her childhood, which was told to her by her mother. The same story, the same incident which we have seen at the start of the movie. The evil spirit pulled Lori's friend in the dark. Lori still didn't know that the story was actually of Thomas and his mother. Lori understood that if she has to get out of this house, then she has to play this game. That's why these people caught Tina again and started a word guess game with the spirit through Tina. She points at one word after another. Nick guesses the first word but guesses wrong. After that, the spirit pulls her to the room and kills her. After her death, these people get scared, but Lori gets an idea again. Lori knew that the name of the spirit is Roca. She tells Spencer that if we hide the spelling of Roca in this house, then the powers of the spirit will be reduced. These people quickly cover the words of Roca with a tape, and as soon as they do this, they feel that they are free. At the same time, someone pulls Spencer from behind. When Lori sees that the method of hiding Roca didn't work, she goes to Tina and says, "I'm sorry, but I have to do this." As soon as she says this, she stabs her in the stomach, and while cutting her stomach, she pulls the stone out of her stomach. As soon as she pulls out the stone, Tina suddenly comes to her senses. Her eyes were still white and scary. At this point, we see that the tape of R is removed from the wall before Tina attacks Lori. Spencer comes from behind and shoots Tina. But these bullets didn't affect Tina. She was standing up again. Now Tina goes to Spencer to attack him. Before she cuts Spencer, Lori covers the letter of R and her powers are reduced. Actually, due to hiding the letter of R, Roca was imprisoned again. He possessed Tina's body. As soon as Tina came out of her body, she fell. She died. Only 2 people survived at this time. They were Spencer and Lori. They came out of the house successfully, and then we were shown the story after 3 months. While Tina was sitting in the graveyard watching her and Nick's old videos, Spencer comes behind her. We see that Spencer was helping her a lot. After that incident, he became a good friend of her. He also gives a loan to Lori, because of which they get their house back. Lori was very happy. She was busy in her house. She saw the stones lying on the floor. She was scared. Then she heard a voice from her mom's room. She opened the door and saw a letter behind the wall. She understood that a spirit has come here to play a game. Maybe this spirit was Roca before she could understand anything her mom possessed. This movie ends with a lot of mysteries and questions. What will happen next?